Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 9 of my show, but this is about Episode 8. Now the reason why I'm doing the episodes in the numerical order, aside from the character bio video, now that I mentioned about that, I'm just going to mention this again very quickly. Every Power Rangers series I do after Mighty Morphin, I'm gonna probably have to do a character bio video, before I do an actual episode of the actual shows. At least for every Power Rangers series afterward, just because of the fact that every Power Rangers series, aside from the first half of the Zordon era, has different characters. I say first half because the first half of the Zordon era technically goes... well, even in Season 2, I'm probably also going to have to do a character bio video just because of the fact that it's going to be introducing a new main antagonist, as well as mentioning later on with the second season that there's going to be... but I won't explain who that antagonist was. I'm just saying, again, I'm going to have to, for the rest of those, I'm going to have to do a character bio video for each one before I do an actual episode. Now, getting back into it, this is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 9 of my show, but this is about Episode 8. And Episode 8 in the English dub is known... sorry, I didn't mean to say dub. I'm sorry. Episode 8 in the original Power Rangers series is known as I Guy. Now, as the name of the episode kind of states, the monster... Rita's going to be using is an eye-based monster, but I'll explain about that later. Anyway, it starts off, this episode starts off with Billy helping his young science protege, Willy, with his junior science fair project. And basically his project is a holo game kind of thing. Like, it's a video game where you put a holographic visor on so you're standing around but you're actually playing it, which is kind of cool. Anyway, he enters it in this junior science fair competition, and basically the others are trying the game out, and then Kimberly wants to turn the game off because she's gonna get dizzy because of it. And then basically what happens is Willy stops the program because it's got a bug in it, and Jason's ecstatic that Willy was able to make such a machine, and he entered it in a junior science fair. Well, actually, it's Billy, but Jason's character is excited about it also because he's playing the game as a test run kind of thing. And then they take the device, then they take the game that he's created to the science fair, and then Rita gets intrigued by that, and he's like, I know what I should do. Gonna deal that bad and make his intelligence mine. And so she tells Goldar to kidnap Willy so she could use his intelligence against the Rangers, and then some putties start attacking them. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm getting too quiet. Anyway, Actually, I don't think I'm getting way too far ahead. I'm just... Anyway, continuing on with what I was saying, I'm gonna backtrack here because I think I missed some stuff. Before they leave the garage, they have to pack up the game to take it to the science fair and stuff. And then that's when the putties later, they show up. And, but then the Rangers manage to defeat the putties, and then they form a human shield around Willy to protect him. And then they defeat the putties, and then basically what happens after that is they take Willy's device to the Junior Science Fair program, the Junior Science Fair competition, and then when they show up, the judge for the competition said that judging will begin in 5 minutes. All those who were late will be disqualified. And then basically, Willy says that Billy said that they gotta hurry, and then basically, Willy tells Billy where he's stationed, and then afterward, getting into it again with Rita's character. Sorry, I just ate supper, so if you hear that noise in the background, it's just because it's taken a little while for the food I ate before I recorded this to digest. So if you hear that in the video, I completely apologize. Anyway, Willy, Willy tells Billy where he's stationed, and then it goes back into where Rita is, and then Rita asks Finster what she's got for him. And he says that he thinks they should go with the one that worked well in Resident 2, which is a monster known as Eye Guy. Now, Eye Guy's character is basically a monster that is going to be in both this first season and in season 2, but only in one of the 3-part episodes, in one episode in a 3-part episode in season 2. I'm not going to mention which part it is because I don't want to give any spoilers out. But basically, I'll explain about Eye Guy. He's basically a monster that is composed of a monster that has a lot of eyeballs, and he can basically deconstruct himself at will. And Finster basically explains to Rita that they sent Eye Guy down to capture the greatest young minds of the planet they previously used him on. And basically what happens is Eye Guy has a primary weapon, which is his main eye, which apparently can leave his body, which is kind of freaky, but that's my opinion. And as I've told you guys before, YouTube is really, it's about people's opinions, and that's basically, that's my opinion. And then Rita says that she does remember now. He was delightfully evil. Send down Eye Guy. And then afterward, getting back into it with where Billy and the other Rangers are, they're getting set up for the judging part of the science fair, junior science fair competition, but then Bulk and Skull show up, and then Skull starts to leave because he finds out that it's not a real fair, it's a science fair, and he doesn't want to be around nerds. But then Bulk convinces him to stay. Oh my god, I am sorry, but that's kind of funny. Now this is gonna lead into technically what's gonna happen in the rest of the episode, at least where the side end. Remember how I said in some of the episodes of this series there would be a side character who would sort of be the main focus of the episode? Well, in this episode's case, in the previous episode it was Maria. This time it's Billy's bright young protege Willy, because Rita wants to steal his intelligence. I just thought I'd mention that part. Anyway, getting back into it with Bulk and Skull. Skull starts to leave, but then Bulk stops him because he wants to have a little fun while they're there. And then basically what happens is they cause this ruckus, and then afterward, what happens is he thinks that they're in the wrong. Billy said that he thinks that they're in the wrong place because after all an IQ is required. And then Bulk makes this fist where he says that his fist is all the IQ he needs. And then Skull kind of copies him. But then Jason basically says that all he needs is a club because he'd make a perfect caveman. Oh my god, I'm sorry, but that's kind of funny, because if he... Oh, I'm sorry guys if I'm laughing about that, but that's kind of funny, because he made a perfect caveman, because I think it's sort of a reference to the fact of the Zords, because the Zords are the robot versions of the Zords are creatures from the dinosaur age, and stuff. So that's why I'm laughing about it, because it's a caveman reference. It's also referencing kind of the Zords in a way. Basically what happens after that is they get into a little scuffle with Bulk and Skull, and then basically what happens is, they put, Bulk and Skull into this other girl's junior science fair project machine, and they come out with different clothes, and then basically, the judge goes over to Willy and says in a playground, his, reckless actions could cause harm to the other competitors, and he tells them that he's disqualified, and he says, what? And then Billy says that, he tries to explain to the judge that it wasn't his fault, but the judge says that his decision is final. Now the reason why I'm mentioning that is because, remember what I said earlier on in the video when I said what Bulk and Skull did was kind of going to lead into what happens with the monster? Well, this is what I meant. After Willy goes off on his own, Jason and the others go to find him, but then while Willy's contemplating in the pond, Eye Guy shows up and he uses his eye to trap Willy in the internal vortex. Oh my god. And basically what happens is, when they get to where Willy is, actually, after he's captured by Eye Guy, all they find is his cap, and then they contact the others, and they teleport to Zordon, and they ask him what he knows about Willy's disappearance, because they think Rita is behind it, and they say that she is behind it. Rita has trapped them inside a monster named Eye Guy's main eye. So in order to rescue Willy, they have to fight the Eye Guy monster. Now, just a little bit of a mentioning with this monster as well. This monster, what it does is sort of similar to the Bones monster that I talked about in one of my previous videos. In the fact that sometimes when the Eye Guy monster is... The reason why I'm mentioning the Bones monster is because of the fact that, he can sometimes regenerate himself using his eyeballs. It's sort of the same with the Bones monster. He was a skeleton, and no matter how many times he was destroyed, as long as they kept his head intact, as long as his head stayed intact, he would keep coming back. I just wanted to make a reference to that because of the way that the monster sometimes reconstructs himself using his eyeballs. I wanted to mention that very quickly, and then the Rangers morph to where the Eye Guy monster is, and they start fighting him. And then afterward, Zordon contacts them and tells them that Eye Guy's main eye, because that's actually their target. I'm gonna get back into it with Zordon here. I'm gonna backtrack here with Zordon's part. What I mean by that is, I'm gonna backtrack because, well, you see, the thing is, the reason why I'm backtracking is because I'm almost technically near the end of the episode, so I want to make sure I get any small details out of the way before I actually finish the video. So, again, guys, if I'm backtracking for you, I'm sorry. I want to get some small stuff out of the way first. Then Billy goes off to... After Zordon tells him where Eye Guy's main eye is, he tells Billy to go off and fight the Eye Guy monster, get rid of his main eye to free Willy, while the others deal with the Eye Guy monster. And basically, he finds Eye Guy's main eye, and then he frees Willy, and then he goes back to fight the Eye Guy monster with the others. And then Rita makes him grow, and then they battle him using, I think she makes him grow in this episode, I believe. So, and then the Eye Guy monster is put out of commission totally, and then Rita is upset that she lost again, and then, well, but before I end it, before Rita gets upset, Willy's excited that the Power Rangers saved him, and they give him his hat back, and then Rita's upset that she lost again, and then basically, then they go back into where the Junior Science Fair is, and then Willy says that he still can't believe the Power Rangers saved his life, and then he sees that Ernie and the Junior Science Fair judge are playing with his device, and oh my god, playing with his device, and then the judge calls Willy over, and then he said that he owes Willy a bit of an apology because he found out that he overreacted to something that wasn't really Willy's fault, which is exactly right. And then Willy basically accepts his apology, and he asks him if he's going to allow his machine to be in the competition, like his game to be in the competition, and he said that he is, and that he said that in fact he's given his project first place, and then he's excited about that. And then Bulk and Skull show back up, and because they want their clothes back, because when they went into that machine, we got their clothes taken off and stuff. And then Kimberly says, and then Skull basically copies what Bulk says, and then basically what happens is after that, Kimberly says that they washed and cleaned them, and then they give them their clothes back, and then they run off afterward, and And that's basically where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video, when I post it today on YouTube, just give it the real best you guys can. And I'll see you guys probably sometime next week for the next video. So until then, like I always tell you with this series, may the power protect you always.